Competition is an amazing event where teams from all over the world get to compete in robotics and other areas of FTC to see who is the best. It's also a great place where you can connect with other teams and learn lots of new things. Outreach is one of our best areas. In our small town of Fairbanks, Alaska, we managed to reach over 8,000 people and start several new first teams and recruit new volunteers. So we're really excited to share some quick advice to you on maybe how you can improve some things. Not only does this video have outreach advice, but it has a quick bit of advice from our outreach lead, Lauren, which just says a little bit of some things that she's learned through the season. We'll also be having a special surprise at the end, so stick around for that. Hope you enjoy.
So we had a lot of local outreach as well as global, as you can see here. We did a lot of conferences with international teams, and then especially mentoring a rookie team this year, mentoring FLL teams, hosting open houses, doing some product testing, things like that.
Product testing?
Yeah, for System Core. So we were asked to test products for that.
Yeah.
And then we attended a lot of outreach.
We did like a lot of like hands-on, kind of like working with like other teams or other kids and like teaching them like about different STEM
Yeah,
things.
so we had summer camp. We attended Michiana and the Chicago Robotics Invitational, and then we hosted some races, duathlons, to raise money for a cancer patient and also for our team funding. And then we also did the Tory and Blanket Drive at Christmas. And then we did all of these collaborations, and we also host scrimmages at our meeting center, and then we help host FLL qualifier as well. Yeah,
We do a lot of different
That's
things.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, are you all from like a smaller town with like 10,000?
No,
It's bigger.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the two major cities in
Yeah.
Oklahoma, and so
One problem we ran into in Fairbanks was there's just 30,000 people in the whole second major city in the States.
Yeah.
So you had to really focus on impact.
So what did you do for your outreach?
Though this segment is mainly made out of interactions with other teams and their outreach advice, this is one of the cases where they asked about our outreach and some of the things we've done. I hope you enjoy.
This season, we really wanted to focus on building connections, and not just regional people, but trying to get them into the program and joining FLL teams, because we really have such a small presence. There's, I think, like 5 FTC teams in the area, and then there's like 11 FLL teams. So for like the whole city, and every year it just gets smaller. So we're trying to stop.
yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, we're done.
So, do you have any tips about your outreach and how you do things and stuff?
One thing that like we did this year, which I thought that's like helpful to like plan and organize our outreach, especially, is having a theme for all of your outreach. Like we followed a theme of accessibility this year, like on that for this year, and it really helped us like string things together and like be able to like communicate our role through all of our outreach events, because they're all kind of like themed the same thing.
We should also say like building connections with your community.
Yeah.
One of our biggest events was a 6-week robotics workshop at Gigi's Playhouse. That kind of got brought to us by a connection that one of our mentors had. Using your mentors, using your resources, finding your connections, and then strengthening those will help you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So, our biggest tip or advice for outreach is find something you're really passionate about or your team's really passionate about and just expand on it. Try to keep adding more ideas as you go and just aim for how much effort you can do, honestly.
Another big part about outreach is obviously just helping people and making sure that you're just spreading the idea first around the community and making sure that a lot of more people, it's all about just giving to the next generation, right? Like taking what you're doing and then making sure other people can do the same, I don't know, a year from now, 2 years from now.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
What do you guys do for outreach?
Hi, so we're Team to 131, event vendors from Greece, only magazine globally about robotics in FTC.
This magazine has a lot of volumes, and basically we have one magazine for every month, and it includes photos from teams from all around the world, and also interviews where teams can share the story and make them known to the community. We also share the news of FTC and various competitions and events that happen that are associated with robotics and STEM, so that more people can have contact with it.
We also have Translator magazine with the help of other teams in 6 languages, so we can break language barriers and allow more people to get to know other teams and to share the meaning of first at the world.
Additionally, our teams organizes and participates in many events in order to come in contact with people and make first an FTC known, because in Greece, where we come from, FTC is not well known. It has only been around for like 3 years and we don't have a lot of teams. So we want to grow the community.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Try to get local as well as global outreach into your efforts with things like hands-on events for local outreach and conferences and interactions with teams in other areas for global outreach. Focus on quality over quantity outreach, especially in areas with lower population. When you gain quality outreach like recruiting volunteers and starting new first teams, you make a difference and change lives, which creates a lot more impact than getting 100,000 aware but uninvolved people. Creating a theme for all of your outreach events can make them more cohesive, and it can be easier to point your outreach goals through them. Build and strengthen connections and make good use of your connections that you have, for they can be a very powerful resource. Media can be a very powerful tool that can help spread first awareness and recognize teams. Collaborating with other teams can help you do many amazing things your team couldn't accomplish on its own, like breaking language barriers, for instance. Find something your team is really passionate about and expand upon it in a feasible way that your team can achieve. Be helpful in your community and spread first wherever you go. Make sure to spread your expertise to the next generation with things like mentorships and workshops so they can do the same. Advice from Aiden. Have lots of different fun and engaging games for younger kids to interact with, as well as a fun FTC robot and game. Advice from Lauren. Communication between teammates is very important and helpful. Everyone should be informed on what's going on, progress made, and plans. Organization and planning at the beginning of the season is something that should be prioritized because it makes things a lot easier down the line. Graphs and other organizational tools should be used to help with this. Advice from Sam. That's me, by the way. In outreach events, spread out and tell others about your station. This lets people know about your pit and where it is, which is especially helpful if you're put in an unideal location. Be helpful to other people and vendors during outreach events. This helps build better connections and usually leads to you being invited back next year. That is, if the event is annual. Some members from the first Argentinian FTC team. So what's your favorite thing about Argentina?
My favorite thing about Argentina? There's like a very typical food of ours that's like almost our everyday meal. Milanesa. It's a beef covered in bread. It's really nice. It's my favorite food.
I also really like that. I honestly like more something like empanadas. It's basically just like a meat filling and like pastry on outside, and you either put it in the oven or you fry it. So it's like just like a meat pocket, for example.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Congratulations for reaching the end of the video. You officially do not have the memory of a goldfish. And if you could recall a thing or two of what you've learned, you won't have the memory of one either. I'm so glad you stuck around. I really hope you learned something new and got some helpful information from this. It would be really cool if you could like and subscribe if you wanted to, and I'll see you soon.